shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
By the Cavs' performance. You let everyone know about it on Twitter. I believe you used some words that we do not use on this family program.
What was he doing to him?
The Cavs failed to rebound from their 46-point beatdown from the Celtics on Sunday, despite the fact that Boston left an entire bench full, basically, of rotation players without even making the trip from Boston to Cleveland. Cavs coach John Beilein said after last night's game, "We've got a lot of obstacles right now that we have to somehow use them as stepping stones. We're trying to change, like on the run, because we're realizing some of the things we're doing, people aren't adapting to it quick enough, so we have to change a bit." Perk, how worried are you about your old team right now?
I'm not worried. I'm confused.
Okay.
I'm confused about what's really going on over there. You know, you draft two guys back-to-back years in the lottery that play the same position in Colin Sexton and Garden. And then on top of that, you sign Kevin Love to an extension this summer, $100 million plus extension. You still have Tristan Thompson. You give Larry Nance Jr. an extension last summer. And then you have Jordan Clarkson with a mixture of young guys that you drafted. And then on top of that, in the offseason, from last year, you fired Coach T. Lue, you hire Coach Larry Drew, and then you go out and hire a 60-year-old Coach John Beilein. And I'm trying to understand what direction that they're going in. Even though I did speak to someone, I'm real close with the organization, and they're not tanking. I think it's just in
They're not?
No, they're not tanking.
They're not?
They're not tanking, man. I think they're just caught in the middle and trying to find who they are, find their identity.
They will tell you they are doing all of this on purpose. This is not to tank.
It's an identity crisis. If they don't find who they is, they're not going to be good this year. They just have to figure out who they are. Like, you draft 2 point guards in 2 years. They play the same position. Do you believe in Sexton? He only had 1 year under his belt. It's only year 2 for him. And you draft a same position guy the next year. You got to figure out who you is. You have a new coach in Beilein. What direction do y'all want to go? What type of star power y'all gonna have? We know Sexton and Love gonna be in the lineup, but what type of lineup y'all gonna try to put to make a playoffs? They had to find themselves. They're not a good defensive team. They have a slightly okay offense. Like, y'all lost 46 in the preseason. Even though it's preseason, but you have to figure out, because the season is around the corner. Y'all gonna have to find who y'all are. They don't know who they is right now. That they can't defend at all. They have to figure out what type of team they want to be. They say they ain't tanking, but who are y'all? Y'all had to put it together and figure out who y'all are. They don't know. They say they not tanking this year. It's got to be something. What type of team y'all want to be?
Don't look at me like that.
The camera right there. Well, this roster is horrible, right? Like Kevin, we want to jump last week. We were talking about Kevin Love, and he said, "I like it here. I don't want to go anywhere."
Kevin Love signed the contract 2 summers ago. They got hurt for much of last summer. Continue.
I said, man, he could play 38 minutes a game for 82 games, and this would still be one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in the NBA. You talk about you don't see the direction. You know why? Because there is no direction. There is no direction. And Coach Beilein, first of all, I think it's what Perk brings up is a good point. His age, for someone who's trying to learn the NBA game for the first time, Coach Paschilla, Fran Paschilla, our colleague here, has a great saying. He says the difference between college and international and the NBA is like the difference between Portuguese and Spanish. If you're not paying attention, it sounds the same. but they're completely different. And there's a learning curve there. And so we've seen in the past guys like our former Cavs coach, our favorite David Blatt, right? Who is a tremendous coach. Yeah. He's one of the best coaching minds.
Just won again internationally.
Absolutely. But there is an adjustment from going to that level to this level.
Absolutely.
And to expect Beeline to walk in and be able to make sense of this. I'm serious. Y'all really shocked me. I thought they were rebuilding. I thought it was a tank. I thought that's why he's there.
Rebuilding and tanking are two different things.
Nah, like, come on. You know you're not going to win 20 games with this. You know that. That's tanking. When you know you're not going to win 20 games.
Here's where I'm confused, right? Because the last year that LeBron was there, we all knew that there was at least a likelihood or a chance that that was going to be his last season. But you were dealing with LeBron James in his prime, right? The best player the franchise has ever had, a guy who came back there really out of an accident of birth. If he had not been born in Akron, Ohio, I do not think his next stop after the Miami Heat would have been to return to the Cavaliers. This is not a team that gets free agents easily, right? So getting a player of that caliber ever again, I can just say he's a top, three? We can all agree he's a top 3 player of all time. So having that happen to the Cavaliers again is unlikely, right? So you knew that you had this resource, LeBron in his prime, and they made an active decision when it came to the trade deadline that year and the team was having trouble not to trade away the Nets pick to improve their chances in that postseason of winning an NBA title. And the reason, and they stated it, was we can't get a commitment from LeBron that he's going to stay beyond this year, and we don't want to go through a crazy couple rebuilding years. We want to keep that pick as a way of ensuring that we just step off from the top but right back into the middle, and we have a competitive team. And if you are going to sacrifice what is, look what they made the finals anyway, right? LeBron almost won game 1 of that series by himself. If he had a little more help, if there had been something else that they had been able to get, that is at least a chance of giving your fans another title. And the sacrifice, and the reason you said you didn't want to do that was because of these seasons right now. We are living it. And look at them. I just think it
That's the thing. It's hindsight is 2020, and even though we were saying it at the time, I know. But the point is, you're here now.
Right.
Have something, like, build towards something.
This is what Atlanta was terrible. Not be a 20-win team.
It's like you have a coach from college coming in and have to learn, and on top of that, he still have young players that have to find themselves. One of them have to turn into a star to go along with Kevin Love, to give you some hope, to take the team back to the playoffs. He need one of them to develop, but he have to learn the NBA game. It's different from college. This is the NBA. When you have a young point guard with 2 young point guards on your roster, you gotta make sure if they gonna take that next step, if Saxon gonna take the next step this year, to give you some hope. And he still have to groom his young players into becoming solid players, or potentially a star player. Like, he have to learn on the curve as well. They don't know who he is right now. They don't know what this team gonna turn out to be this year. It's not a good roster this year. Like, once you have a little young team, you gotta figure out a lot of things, especially by you being a first-year coach. You gotta figure out some things with them. They don't know what their identity is.
My point, Atlanta was terrible around the same time, right? In the last couple of years. We have a very clear idea which way they're going.
Absolutely.
Right? This is the difference between having a direction and not having a direction.
Well, I mean, and you putting a lot of trust in a guy who has a history of not being a great leader in Kevin Love, and I'm not killing.
I can't kill Kevin Love for being on this roster, and I can't even kill John Wheeler.
I'm not killing him, but still, in all though, Rachel, all I'm saying is you put him in position, and in articles reading is that he's willing to stay through these rebuilding stages and be the leader of this franchise, and I don't know if that's possible. And watching them last night, I sat up there in my hotel room and I said, you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if Cleveland lose 60 games this year.
I'm not sure General Patton could lead this team, so
Oh, you stole my line. That was my exact line.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app